Okay, so imagine you had to go on Shark Tank and give a 15 to 20-minute presentation. You guys have any idea what you would say? I didn't either until I recently gave one of these for the first time, and I think I did pretty well. You can really set yourself apart from 90% of small businesses, no matter what industry you're in, if you have a structure and framework to go by. Step number one is the power of a strong introduction. Before step one even starts, you should have already prepared, which is what you're doing right now, so you're up on the right foot. You want to be warm, welcome listeners. I want you to discuss the significance of what you do in a concise, impactful introduction, because no one's going to remember everything. The only thing people are going to remember is going to be the first couple minutes. So you want to make them as actionable and punchy as possible. If you're independent, lean on the names of some of your past clients and speak about them like they are established companies. I really lean on that, especially if you're new. Talk about your case studies. And as you're going after this whole thing, one of the most important things that you need to have is not just confidence, but just enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is a great thing that people can sense. And if you love what you do and you're passionate about the product, the service that you provide to other people, this will come off as very authentic and it is very effective. So mine was, I make agency quality websites and marketing more accessible and less confusing for hardworking businesses. That is a long sentence, but like I said, if you had to condense it down, what is the 80-20 of everything you do, and lead with that out of the gate. Step number two, right after the strong introduction, you move straight into showcasing your services. So your approach should be, you go in for the kill shot right at the beginning, and because you have a longer time to kind of elaborate your services, elaborate everything you do, and try and point out some examples of where people, like common folks, can slot you in. So you want to create some association. When it comes to referrals, you probably all know someone that you saw their website online and it was just looked horrible. It turns out the quality of their services far outpaces the quality of their online branding. So it's kind of creating that empathy. Highlight some of your unique or lesser known offerings, because if any of the people in the audience are want to be clients or customers, it's something that they can bring up to you afterwards. Number three, right after you go in, you move into branding. Your competitive edge, identify and articulate each unique selling point, and examples of effective branding statements that are unique to you. I know this is a very vulnerable position to be in, and you want to make sure that you do yourself justice, because you guys work hard, so you don't want to alienate anyone and say like, okay, we only work with these people. So for example, like I said, we have build, nurture, and grow services. Each of our individual services kind of fit into those stages of business. A build service would be a logo design and branding. A growth service might be setting up social media accounts. So you kind of have different services to meet everyone at their stage of business. On number four, after people know who you are, move on to understanding your client base. And this is the ABC approach. You want to explain the concept of categorizing clients using A, B, or C referrals. And a pro tip when you're giving A, B, or C referrals is to start with C and work yourself up to A. So, for example, a C referral would be someone that's the I'll take it category. A B referral would be a good client. And an A referral is just your ITC. This is the person that you built the business for. This is the person that gets you excited to serve. And this is just a whole run for you. So what would make those maybe not so good referrals turn into people that would be better fit for your services? Creating this visibility and association within everybody's mind so that when the right time comes, then they think of you. And you might say, a 20 to 35-year-old entrepreneur who's starting a tech company, who is ambitious and has a large budget to spend on branding, design, visuals, etc. That would be an example of a C, B, and consequently an A referral. Step 5 of the Bulletproof Framework is creating a memorable hook. It's a memorable statement or tagline, and it ensures that your audience members remember one key thing about your business. And a great thing to slot in here would be a case study. Storytelling in general is very powerful, and the more of these anecdotes, stories, especially bonus points that they're funny, that people can latch onto, the more effective you're going to be when you're presenting. Step 6, we're going to keep this brief, is engaging your audience. So Q&A. I just ended in a very simple way. I said, okay, any questions? And that's a good place where you kind of scale it back down to make people think like, okay, yeah, maybe I'll take that action. So you could even say, I think I said like, Even if you don't need a website, we're always happy to offer consultations for DIY tools. If you have any questions about branding, design, anything like that, we're happy to be a resource for you. Offer yourself as a resource for them. The more confident you can be and the more clearly you elaborate your services throughout, the more people are going to want to take that first step. A lot of the questions you'll see will just be that they're trying to help you and make you look better. That's how business owners should be. You should try and lift each other up. And if there are genuine questions, like I said, it's important that you do your research and then have a strategy for answering them. Just go into it prepared and you guys are going to be fine. So I also have some bonus tips that really helped me when I was preparing for this talk and what I'll also do for many in the future to improve upon them. Before we dive in, this week's entry into the Essential Entrepreneurs reading list is The Art of Impossible by Steven Kotler. And this is a great book. It's one of the newest editions. One actionable quote from this book: motivation is what gets you into this game. Learning is what helps you continue to play. Creativity is how you steer, and flow is how you turbo boost the results beyond all rational standards and reasonable expectations. Make sure you guys check out the Essential Reading Database for business owners and entrepreneurs, a Notion template that you can duplicate into your own dashboard with multiple books, summaries, actionable quotes, and links to buy them at the cheapest price online. I've read over 100 books on business, entrepreneurship, creativity, and self-help, and I want to share all the lessons with you guys. Bonus is if you have an inside joke saved for the very beginning, it really just kills the presentation mindset. It makes it a lot more interactive, cuts the tension, makes it so much easier. Especially it's helpful if it's like a jab or if it's some kind of sarcastic comment towards maybe another group member. For example, for mine, I said, I want to thank Mike for giving me the framework for this talk. It was really helpful. Any compliments, anything good that comes out of this speech, you can just redirect all compliments to Mike. You can also do the inverse of that. So I might say, it was really Mike that helped me out with this presentation. I know it's my first time, so anything that went wrong is basically Mike's fault and not mine. So redirect all negativity towards Mike for the remainder of this talk, please, and thank you. Something like that is a good hack for cutting the tension, especially if you're nervous, because I was definitely really nervous when I did mine. Another bonus tip is to have something to hand out at the beginning so that people aren't just staring at you. A really wet graphic designery with the illustrations of the services and the brand roadmap and talking about the podcast and introducing myself. And that's another bonus too. Don't be afraid to be transparent. People want to know who is associated with the business. People buy from people, so that's important to remember too. But it's okay if you mess up. Like I said, SEO salesmen, they can kind of be like they're selling fish oil. So I really fumbled the bag on that one, but it ended up being funny. Thank God. But stuff like that's going to happen, especially if you're new to this and you're putting yourself out there. And again, it's always the default path to lean away from discomfort. But if you really lean into it, then afterwards you feel so much better and you won't be scared by it in the future. So that's why I put together this podcast, this framework that really helped me. And I hope it helps you as much as it did for me. Depending on your scenario, it could be good to thank the audience and for being welcoming or even joke about it. So this is something that I did is after you finish, you're nervous, but you're done now. Say, thank you for not putting me out of the room. And I look forward to growing with you guys. So that right there, my friends, is the 6-point bulletproof framework. Let me know what you guys think of this framework. Summarize it up one more time. 1 is a strong introduction, really nail in those 3 main sentences and come out of the cave strong. Number 2 is to showcase your services and put them into buckets so people can create that association with them. Number 3 is branding. So after people know who you are and what you do, what sets you apart from other people that do what you do. Number 4 is to understand your client base using the ABC approach. Number 5 is to create that memorable hook, tell that interesting story, tell something that, is going to leave an impression. Number 6, finally, is to engage your audience, use a Q&A, and to clarify, reinforce your message through storytelling. And don't forget those bonus tips of having an inside joke ready and injecting storytelling as much as possible.